Well, good morning. You know, sometimes it's easy to feel like you're in a bit of a slump. I think half the hills in the district are feeling like that after all the rain we've had. So let's go for a little tootle. This might wake me up. I got home last night about 4 o'clock in the morning. And it's probably about 8 o'clock now, so I haven't had much sleep. But there's things to do, places to go, people to see. Takes a while to warm up this thing. The carburetors and all that. Takes a while for that speedo to jump into life too. Come on, sort yourself out. There you go, that's better. Behave. Well, we've been here before. I've still got all the signs up. I know last time I came through they'd done some work here. This is the granddaddy slump. Oh yeah, it's still there. Oh, they've skinned the top off it and cut back into the bank a bit. I came through in a car a few weeks ago and it was way above the cones and still all rough. I think when you turn around and you look back at that hillside, that's when you can appreciate what's going on there. Because you can see that whole hillside's coming down right from up the side of those trees up there. A whole lot's slumping down, drying out now I suppose, so it'll settle down until the next lot of rain. So what will the council do with that one? I guess to go in conjunction with the landowner and sort out that whole hillside. Bit of a slump. Oh, that bloody speedo, eh? Thought it had fixed itself. No such luck. When the little village of Elsthorpe, which we're just coming up to now, was established in 1860, this bit of bush just here and another bit further up on the right was set aside as a reserve. All of that over there, and nowadays it's an excellent example of what this area was like before the European settlers arrived. And that forest there, beautiful podocarp forest apparently, and the whole area was, that's all it was. This was quite a significant slump. They've done some temporary repairs to it, but we're wondering whether it's going to keep going down the hill. There were a couple more down here that the council actually tidied up a bit. Oh, there's one there. That was actually out onto the road, and the council guys came along and cleared it off the road. So we've had about a week of no rain, I guess, or not much rain, and it's been surprising to me how quickly the ground has started to dry out, and the council are straight into it. Set up roadworks down here to start clearing up some of these slumps. Well, I hope that thing will register the little bike. Oh yep, I think the boys down there got remote control things on. So there was one slump right here. I didn't get to show that. And there was another one just here where it all came out. The council notification thingamajig said there was 35 major slips around the district, and they had to wait till it started to dry out a bit before they could do any work to it. And there's another big one just there, and another one just there. Everything's in a bit of a slump at the moment. There's several more as you head into town along here, but there's just one more that I want to show you guys. I find it quite fascinating, just over that side of Mount Kahuranaki. Well, that bloody speedo's a bit of a nuisance. I was hoping to get this bike all legal beagled again so I could start using it for work. Price of petrol now. Comparatively, this thing would run on the smell of the stuff. So just on this hillside to our right here is where this bit of a slump is. It's been coming down the hill quite keenly. I don't know what they do about that sort of thing. Right, let's go back and have a look. Yeah, see, half that hill has come down. When we first saw it, it was the bottom of the slip. It was a good few meters up the hill. Now it's come down and it's basically on the fence line. Cool. Don't know what the farmer will do about that. But it's not affecting the road yet. The old thing with potholes, there's a doozy just here. Oh, crikey. Look at that nasty bugger. They did a temporary fix on it. And that's just made it worse after a while. Oh, look, little kiddies are waiting for the country school bus. I am up early. Huh. So this bit of road was resealed not that long ago. A few months ago, just before winter, just in time for the hillside to start coming down and creep onto the road here. They even cut it back a little bit there. And this one here, some of these little trees were leaning out that way. To chop them down, get them sorted. I suppose I'll clear up these ones up here and then get on to doing that. There we go. Efficiency plus, eh? Into it, boys. Into it, and girls. Don't know how they'll fix that lump. Thought I was going to be able to show that one. That's the baby lump compared to the big lump. The granddaddy lump that we saw earlier, or later, depending on which way around I headed it. Don't want to argue with them. Might is right. That house was moved on there a couple of months ago. And I was coming home from work about 3 o'clock in the morning, and just up here there was all these orange flashing lights and things, and one of the pilot vehicles for the 2 trucks that had that house on it had gotten stuck over here, and we hooked them up to the back of my van and I managed to pull them out. They'd been trying to turn around because they thought they'd gone too far and got themselves stuck, and it was only a 2-wheel drive vehicle. And then they were actually only about 300 metres away from where they needed to be, and the 2 trucks were just a little bit further up here at the bottom of the hill waiting to see what was happening. And I would have thought that those guys would have something like that all sussed out, you know, the day before, or GPS or whatever. Yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning and you've got 2 halves of a house on the back of 2 great big trucks, and you're not sure where the place is that you're meant to be. I couldn't figure that one out. Well, I've got a speedometer to fix somehow. Pretty sure it's not the cable that's buggered. So we'll have to have a look-see. Suss out an instrument repair person in the Hawke's Bay. Bugger. Yeah, well, shit happens. Okay, in the meantime, I'm off to bed. Good night, girls and boys, whatever you are, whatever you choose to be.
Tomorrow.
Well, another day, another glorious day in the Hawke's Bay. Notable only because they've been few and far between lately. And got really frustrated with this bloody speedo not working. And I thought, well, maybe it's because it's been sitting for 3 or 4 years in storage and hasn't been running. So I was hoping it was going to come right, but it didn't. So I started tracking things down. Inside this thing here, there's a round thing, a gear mechanism in here. The round thing has 2 tabs on it. That fits into a slot in the hub, and that spins, which in turn spins the cable, which turns that, and the 2 tabs. Whoever last put that wheel on bent those 2 tabs, so they were catching sometimes, but not much. And I would like to blame the bike shop that put this tyre on. As much as I'd like to blame the bike shop for doing that, I took the wheel into them, and it was me that put that wheel back on and me that mucked it up. Fortunately, I was able to bend those 2 tabs back, and let's see. Oh, look at that, it's working. Gotta be good, isn't it? Yeah, 20k on the driveway. Oh, too good. So now this bike can go in for a warrant of fitness. Put some rego on it, much cheaper than the bigger bikes to register for the registration thing. And there's Joey, I think. Look. And I'll be able to use it for work, even though Trish thinks that you'll go out into the garage and you'll look at those big beautiful bikes and you'll look at that little one and then you'll go on the big one. No, the price of gas is getting out of hand. Keep the big ones for fun.